Hi everybody, welcome back to SevTech Ages, episode 60 with me, Sid, and we are on our first episode post moving into Age 4, as is evidenced by the journey map that we've got, which is so much nicer. There is a downside to this, of course, is that all of our pointers, all of our little waypoints that we had on the other map have gone, so I've started marking things back on here again, but ultimately we're going to get a lot more out of this. Wow, that is actually, I've not really looked at that. There's a brilliant cave there. Sorry, getting distracted. And as you can quite clearly see with this, you can actually see the heat map in effect going on over this way, and then if you carry on down south, I don't think I've got any deserts actually. No, I mean that's, yeah, we've not found a desert. A desert would be really useful. But anyway, several things we can be on with. Let's cook a book for starters. Cooking the books. There's a few quests involved with this, and I have my kind of plans now for how I want to deal with power. But there's cooking for blockheads. And if we take that and put a couple of platinum plates and some crafting tables either side of that, that will... Let's take some of that, and we'll sort those out. We need a couple of platinum plates as well. That will allow us to get to the next layer of hoofer. Platinum, there we go. I've got a reasonable amount of platinum. I'm not desperately short of it. I'm not entirely sure what foods we've got in this pack long term, but that is a plate press, isn't it? Yes, good. Thank you. Thank you. And again, there's things to do. We need to make this a little bit more automatable and yada yada. But right now, let's just get these little quick win quests out of the way. The crafting book. So what have we... The problem is knowing what food there is now. I mean, we've obviously got more items than we've had for a long time. You know, called raw rat meat we can make, and we can make a sandwich with that. You know, this, I don't think, without Pam's, I am dubious about the value of cooking for blockheads, other than the ability to make a kitchen. But yeah, maybe it'll prove me wrong, I don't know. There's less foodstuffs in this, so let us pop that away somewhere, out of the way, done with. And that should have, and then it's onto the kitcheny stuff, which we'll do. There's no desperate rush for that though. So, power wise, what are my plans? Well, obviously this is okay. It does the job. The two water mills out there are okay. They do the job. But it's not really industrial power, is it? It's not power that is going to keep us going through the ages and take us to space and yada yada. Now there is a nice little peninsula of land just there, which I think would make an ideal spot to start building a steam turbine. It's going to be expensive. We are going to need to make a lot of steel, and I mean a seriously large amount of steel. The steam turbine, well, let's get our book. I want to go and use the solar tower. That's my first point. So the solar tower itself, oops, let me go back in there. The solar tower itself requires some steel scaffolding, some fluid pipe, redstone engineering blocks, heavy engineering blocks, steel fence and steel sheet metal. So quite a bit of steel. On top of that, we're going to need 4 of these refractors, which is going to need some more steel, some light engineering blocks, some treated wood of fence, and some blocks of silver. Again, silver, that isn't a major issue. That creates steam. Then you need to go and make the steam turbine. Now the steam turbine itself is a multi-block structure which basically takes the steam and produces the kinetic energy necessary to generate power. And yeah, it produces 830,192 newtons of torque, blah blah blah. Yeah, but it doesn't work on its own. Now, before we get excited about that, let's look at what's involved. 27 steel sheet metals, 10 blocks of steel. That's 90 steel ingots just for that bit. 24 heavy engineering blocks, 4 radiator blocks, fluid pipes, steel scaffolding. It's going to be very steel heavy again. And it needs an alternator. And the alternator requires me to put in there 4 heavy engineering blocks, 8 generator blocks, 6 high voltage coil blocks, 5 high voltage capacitors, 8 steel. It's steel. Lots of steel. So you're getting the idea here. I think we're going to need a lot of steel. And as far as I'm aware, no, that's all forged steel. That is not going to help me. The only 2 ways of making steel. One is in the blast furnace, and the other one is using iron and coke dust in the arc furnace. Yeah, the arc furnace is possible. We could do that. That's, you know, again, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. There's nothing in this. There's no alternative quick methods of making this stuff. You know, we can't magically find steel. So is the arc furnace the easier way of going? I mean, coke dust is easy. We just need to take... Oh, cold coke. Damn you. It's actually no better. So it might be faster, but it's actually no better. So yeah, we're kind of stuck behind that, and at the moment what we can do is keep churning out steel as fast as, you know, we can take the coal. I've also been and got some more coal and done stuff in there. But yeah, it's a quandary, a conundrum, if you like. But we do need to move forward. There's always forwards. In terms of iron, we're not shy of it. In terms of copper, we're okay. Tin, we've got plenty. Lead, plenty. Aluminium, plenty. Silver, plenty. Gold, reasonable amount of bits and pieces. Where we are shy is steel. And we're going to need a lot of that. So, plenty of coal. I just also want to go and, if I can, turn this off because I can hear it clicking away like a maniac. And then maybe not. Maybe we'll do that and get these last few bits of netherrack done as well. So, where to start? Well, the first thing we need to do, anything to do with steam, is water. We are going to need to pull water out of the ground. Now, my first thoughts were, because I realised we've got industrial foregoings, and I got all very excited about industrial foregoings, and then I had a look at the, is it the condenser? Water condenser. Brilliant thing. It's the old aqueous accumulator, as it would have been. Water condenser. Oh, it's easy enough. Plastic, bucket, pistons, iron gears, redstone, machine case. Oh no, it's not. That is not. That is not easy by any stretch. So that's not happening anytime soon. Probably will happen going forward, but it's not happening today, and it's not happening anytime soon. So where do we take it next? The answer lies in immersive engineering, and we're going to start off with an immersive engineering pump. This is the area where I intend to build... Oh, hello, cinnabar sample. Don't think I'll exploit it. This is the area where I intend to kind of exploit it. Now, if you look at the biome, we are in a river biome here. So a river biome, water sources are infinite. So this is an ideal spot to do anything that needs me to pump water. To pump water, we're going to need the immersive engineering pump, and we're also going to need to make a reasonable power source that just works. And to do that, I think we're going to I'm not going to borrow that one because I like that. It's kind of living there. We'll make a new windmill. It will go over the pump and it will pump the water out, ready for the steam boiler. Solar tower thing. So with that in mind, we need to make the pump. The pump should be relatively easy. Some steel plate, more steel mechanical components, some plastic we've got. Yeah, we should be okay with that, so we can get that going. We're going to need a kinetic dynamo and we're going to need a windmill blade, which again we should be able to do reasonably easily. And we've got have I got any connectors? Don't see any, but we're going to need connectors and, you know, wire and stuff like that. Let me get some stuff together and I'll be back in a mo. Alright, one of the issues we are routinely getting at the moment is that we are rapidly getting filled up with this stuff, and there isn't, unfortunately, an easy answer to this. We just need to keep making treated wood, which is fine because I want lots of treated wood. I'm going to use treated wood as a crafting material. I'm going to bring a barrel over in a moment. I'm just going to empty this thing in the first instance, just to keep ahead of it and not place the bucket down. That's my usual trick. So we'll just bring you over here, and then we can just keep crafting these up. And yeah, it's no biggie. Just, you know, keep making this stuff. It's actually not a bad thing because I actually like the look of this wood as well. So as a building material, it's not a bad one to have lots of. And we've got plenty of barrels of this stuff, so it's really not a waste to wait to use it. We're going to make a basic windmill blade. We're not going to bother with the fabric on this one. I don't think it requires it for the amount of juice we are going to need. So that's my next plan. I'll be back with you as soon as I've got this all done. Back in a mo. Alright, so got stuff together. We've got the stuff to make this, for starters. So there's our windmill blade. We have got the kinetic dynamo, I hope, if I've done my stuff correctly. So we can make one of those, and from there we can make one of those, and we should have the pump. We take the pump, the pumpy pump, there we go, a little pumping action, done. And then I would like some scaffold, some wooden scaffold, because I just happen to like the wooden scaffold in this. It looks nice. Which is any old planks, presumably, and sticks. So if I take a bunch of those and then make some scaffold, that should give me a goodly quantity of that. And we'll pop those away in there. Oh, hang on. Have I got... No, that's an urn. I was getting excited then. I get excited about the easiest things, really. What have I got? Have I got a red, blue? No. Yeah, I don't think I have an actual immersive backpack, do I? I just have a backpack that I put crap in as I work my way around. What's that? Okay, shaders. So we got the various bits and pieces. I would like to also bring a little bit of that with me because we may need it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go and grab the last few bits. Which we need is some connectors, which I think I haven't got any. I've got LV relays, which use. Oh, I've actually. Good God, I've got one. Okay, I'm feeling a little stupid. Not too stupid, just a tiny bit. We don't need you. I don't think we need much of anything in here other than a piece of that. And then we need to make the connectors, which is, if we go and have a look at the LV connector, that is copper and that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cook my copper, my little blocks of stuff take some of that weed wood, use it up, and yeah, everything will be good and fine. 3 coppers, those crafted. See you outside. Alright, so we're out here. This block is meadow. This block is river, as is this. So I'm going to center on this. I'm going to use this block here, I think. And I'm just going to... yeah. I don't think there's a good way of doing that. We're just going to do that, and then... not sure why there's flippy flopping sounds. We're going to come down, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and 1. 1, 2, 3 and 1. Now I don't need to do this, but I just want to make sure that there's absolutely no chance of this not working the way I anticipate it working. I also need 1 more of those. Thought I'd done that. There we go. And then if I just come over here and position this, that's the middle. So the pump is going to go there. And we'll grab those. And of course that helps if we can get this off again. Now, it obviously doesn't matter what direction the windmill faces in. 2, 3, 4. I think we'll do that. 1 about to there, maybe. Yeah, that works. As I say, it doesn't matter which way this faces at all. But I'm kind of tempted. My God, where does the day go? But I am kind of tempted to face it off this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And I think that will be adequate. Let's have a place you there. Get that on. That is more than adequate in size. So the only then thing left to do then is really top the thing off, and we have a structure. It's not anything fancy, doesn't really need to be, but we can pop you there, we can pop you there, and we can hook that to there, and that will get some juice. Excellent. Really is nothing fancy to this at all. Now the other thing, of course, we need at this point, and I haven't got it on me, have I? No, I need the hammer, because we need to hammer that into. We need to basically set the output of the pump to that side. But that's fine. This is starting to take shape. So I need to eat. We need to go and get the hammer, and we also need pipe. Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. And then we can start working on the solar tower. That's the next piece. Now, I suspect this is going to take several episodes. We may have a little break in between and go off to do some other bits and pieces. We also need to have a look at that. We need grain. Okay, give me a sandwich. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll get that done. Back in a minute. All right, so pulling these stuff together for the solar collector right now. Sorry, the solar tower. Then we'll do the collectors afterwards. They're going to require 14 steel scaffolding, so that should be 17, which is more than enough. We need a redstone engineering block. We need 5 heavy engineering blocks, 20 steel fence, and 16 steel sheet metal. So steel sheet metal is 4 sheets, isn't it, per, I think, off the top of it, 4 to 4. So basically 16 ingots of steel. See, this is expensive before you even start. Steel is going to be a major bottleneck, I suspect, going forward, and we may actually need to double our furnaces or something just to get an array of those going. I really don't know. However, 16 of those, that's that. Now we also need 16, also need steel fence and all sorts of other goodies. Yeah, this is going to take pretty much all of our steel just to make the solar thing, and then we haven't even thought about the turbine and the alternator, and that is going to take a hell of a lot of steel as well, probably 3 or 4 stacks by my guess, which is going to be slow, but who knows, we'll get there. We've got this far, and then we'll have RF for days, and once we have RF for days, then we can really start playing around with some of the other tech, and hopefully move ourselves forwards. We are going to have to go to the end sooner rather than later. Not looking forward to that bit. I never look forward to the end. It's got a dragon, you know. It's just not cricket. Okay, so that's that. We're going to need the 20 steel fence. Steel fence is Jeez, and it's only 3 per. God, you are joking. So 5 per 3, and I need 20, so that's a lot. The fence is actually stupidly expensive. Is there no other way of making that? No? Okay. And it definitely says we need 20 of them, so I really haven't got much to go on that other than swap out the plate for the rod and get on with it. Dynamo. Alright, I want some pistons, and I've only got stickies, and I don't really want to have to... The recipe for stickies is obviously... the recipe for these is got iron plates and panels and all sorts of things. I really don't fancy doing that, but I can actually clean the sticky off a piston using soap. Soap is made with tallow and potash in a stoked cauldron, and potash is made in a stoked cauldron using 10 things. So cauldron, let's stoke it. There we go. That should make me some tallow, which it did, which we can then add the potash to it. And that'll give me soap, and the uses for that were in a stoked cauldron, so that and those. There was that, wasn't it? Hang on, let me just check. It says cauldron. Oh, no, that doesn't need to be stoked. Okay. Unstoke. Turn it off. Go back to being normal fire. And there we go. Easy way of getting 4 pistons quickly. Well, not necessarily easy, but certainly when you've got a glut of sticky pistons, you know, that's a handy thing. Just thought I'd show you that one, because I'd not done that myself, so it was all shiny and new to me too. And yeah, I shall be back again in a short while. Okay, we have everything. We also only have 9 steel ingots. That really wiped us out. We need to get 20. We need to get another stack of iron in there running. So definitely turbines and things are almost certain. Well, not almost certainly. They are certainly not going to be happening for a while, because we're going to have to run these things pretty much constantly for a goodly period of time, and we've also got lots and lots of this slag coming off. This stuff I intend to use. I think we'll make some asphalt concrete from the immersive petroleum. That looks relatively straightforward, and should have a reasonable amount of bitumen. It will come in handy for the build around there when we start getting the industrial stuff going. But we just need to go and get our projector, and we can get the solar tower in. Whether we can get the collectors in, or more than one collector in the first instance, well, that is another thing entirely. However, we should be on that, so we take you, pop you in there, solar tower, done, and we need to go and place this. Now, I've planned out where we're going to place it. I've also planned out the pipeline where we're going to put the water in, through, from, to, and how. You know, lots of hows, whens, wheres, and what fors. Just curious. I don't like it when I see there is something on the mini map. I'm just not very trusting of creepers. As I said before, at the moment we have an awful lot of very expensive items out here. And they are not protected. They're not in any way in a safe place, and you know, all of this could go boom very easily. So I've marked out where we're going to place the solar collector, which is going to be here. So what we need to do is get you, and we're going to place you. Now I need to make sure that I want you there, and then we can take out these blocks here. There's a very deliberate reason why I want these here. You'll see these holes, and that is where I intend to place the pipes. However, let's get these in. No, that's not helping. And then I brought plenty of pipe because we're going to need it. And then over here we should have a redstone block. Is that a heavy? That is a heavy block. That is some steel, and like that. And we got another heavy block in the middle here. More steel there. And more. Well, what's there? That's another heavy block. These are getting bloody expensive, and when we get to the alternators, that is going to be terrifying, because it is going to use just so much resource. It scares me. I don't scare easily. Well, actually I do. I'm a coward. I'm not fooling anybody, am I? You see me run away from things screaming like a girl, which is actually unfair, because I know many girls who are very, very brave. So anyway, let's stop distinguishing genders, and carry on with getting this thing down. Get me over there and over there, and then finally we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that should be everything, which means I can now hurt myself by falling down, and if anything, that will be that. And there is our solar tower. There's nothing fancy about that whatsoever. It is just a big old tower. And then we can come down here, and we can go plop, no, plop, and we can, that was not what I intended to do. Let me unplop that. Right, we can come down there, and let me just put one of those in there temporarily, and we'll come down here. We'll grab some of this, and we'll fill that and that in, and then that can come out. Hup. And then this can come all the way down and this way, which again we shall fill as we go. And yeah, getting there, coming out to the dark pipe here. Obviously the pipe's nicely hidden. This way, oh, didn't want that. And yeah, and then that comes all the way over to there. And finally, this thing needs a redstone signal to work, so we'll stick a direwolf switch on there, and we shall just hide that away. Now, that should be filling with water, but of course there's no solar towers directing in to make steam on that. That's the next beastie we need, and they are a little bit cheaper, but given that we're nearly out of thing, we're going to need light engineering blocks, 4 steel scaffolding, 1 block of silver, and some treated wood fence. It's the well, we might manage to make 1, maybe 2, possibly even more. I mean, we only need, what did we say? We need 4 steel scaffolding, so 4, 8, 16 steel scaffolding. That's not too bad actually. Let's see about getting those done, and yeah, and I'll be back with you in a mo. Alright, got everything we need. I've even got some asphalt concrete. We got one of these from a trumpet skeleton. Just about it broke. I could get annoying very quickly. That's like anybody who's got friends who are expecting new babies. Friends who are expecting new babies love it, absolutely love it when you buy them loud baby toys, musical instruments, you know, you name it, you know the kind of things we mean, you know, xylophones, all of that kind of good stuff. They love it. So yeah, you know, anybody you know who is actually expecting a new baby, or has actually got a toddler, toddlers especially, parents love it. Parents of toddlers love loud musical toys for Christmas. Incidentally, if you do actually buy anybody a loud musical toy for Christmas, please don't tell them that I suggested it. I don't want angry parents coming into my channel coming, why did you tell people to buy loud musical instruments for my time? I haven't slept for 17 days. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Yeah. Of course, it's Christmas coming up, so you know that's probably, if people are looking for good ideas for children, loud toys are always a firm favourite. I'm going to just take out these for now, and we're going to put these in. We'll obviously decorate this up properly later, and you know, maybe shore up the sides here and do all sorts of good stuff with that. But this is just a very quick and dirty layout, just to give us a base, a foundation, if you like. And I'm going to have to take that out because that's going to annoy me otherwise. As is those. Damn you. Better foliage for you, giving little fluffy tufts of grass and everything sticking out. Right, so these are like that, and if I remember my my thing correctly, it was 1, oh God, damn you, 2, 3. Then it was, I'm going to need some scaffold of some description. I mean, I could have used scaffold, but where's the fun in that? And then you had that. Then, oh God, let me just double check. I could use a projector, but it really doesn't need it. This is a simple enough structure. Yeah. Grab the dirt and up we go. Stab, stab. Block, 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 and a block of silver in the middle, and give it a little love tap with a hammer. And you'll see now we have one going, and it is producing steam. Wow. First one down. I've got 3 more to do, so I'll get those done. Back in a sec. There we go, and with those in place, all it requires is a quick love tap from each of those, and it's producing steam. It will end up with 32 buckets of steam. The water's keeping up more than adequately. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much more to this. Now, the steam comes out of here. We will bring a pipe out, probably go underground and come over to here to the turbine. The turbine will be in a separate, maybe a few blocks over. The alternator will be linked to the turbine, and then the actual powerhouse for the alternator will definitely be in a different thing, because high voltage does about 15 damage if you take an electric shock, and there isn't an insulated high voltage cable. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, we need to get our screenshot for the episode, and I think that will be about it. There's a trick that I saw, which is if you change the field of view right down, gets you some really good screenshot action there. There we go. Yeah, that's it. Oh, the other problem, of course, is you do need to check your field of view back, otherwise you will kill yourself. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I am going to continue between episodes pumping out steel at a rate of knots. We will obviously get all of this lot together. Now, whether I automate and have a second distillation tower, I don't honestly know how that will go yet, but on the whole, we're starting to look quite industrial over here. That will need some walls around it and protection and lighting and everything going forward, but we are getting there bit by bit. And yeah, until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.